I feel like we need to be more of a priority and not just an option. Us as people, men and women, we settle sometimes for just being an option instead of building ourselves up to become a priority to anything, to whether it's to people, whether it's to a job opportunity, whatever it is, we need to learn how to become more of a priority instead of just an option. Never settle for just being an option, because when you're just an option, then you're a dime you're a dime a dozen. Like you're in the pack with everybody, so you're not valuable enough to be held on a pedestal. So you want to make yourself a priority when it comes to people. And how to do that is that you have to limit your access to certain people. You have to limit time when it comes to certain people. But when you're just so accessible to everybody, your time isn't valuable. You're not going to be held on a pedestal to where it's like, let me make this person a priority. What are you doing really to make yourself a priority? Because you could want to be a priority to the next person or to that job, but are you doing the extra work to make yourself a priority in life? Like, I make sure I'm doing more than enough to where when the time has come, I can be worthy of being a priority in somebody's life or something. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, instead of complaining about why this person isn't treating you right or why this job isn't giving you enough hours or they're shorting your pay, make yourself so valuable to where they have to hire you or they have to give you a better wage on your bread or something like that. They have to call you every day because your time is so valuable. You do something for that person to where they need you. You want to feel like you're needed towards a person. But when you're just an option, you're like a throwaway. Like, you can just get thrown away and never get talked to again, never get thought about again. You want people, not just women, not just men, everybody. When you encounter somebody, you want to leave knowing that you're going to be on that person's mind. It doesn't have to be sexual. It can just be like, wow, that person left a great aura. Like, that person has such good energy to where, like what does he do? Like, this is how you want to be. And I've encountered people like that to where I might have been having a bad day, but somebody came and talked to me and their energy was just so uplifting and fulfilling to where it was just like, I started to think about that person more, like, damn, like, I wonder how they're doing. Or it's like, damn, like, what made him wake up this morning and just be like, I'm just in love with life right now. You have to become that person because you don't understand the value that they create with just dealing with other people. Because we already know there's so many people that go through depression, go through dealing with things that they don't want to deal with in life. But instead of complaining, instead of wondering why this, why that, really buckle down and be like, you know what? I'm finna start making myself a priority. I'm not settling for just being an option anymore. Man or woman, this goes for both people, because even women will settle for just being an option to a man sometimes instead of wanting to be a priority. They're okay with just being the third, fourth, fifth girl in his roster. And if that's okay with you, that's okay. But don't complain to that man about why he's not putting you on a pedestal when you're just giving the energy of being okay with being an option. Same goes for men. It's a lot of men out there that's trying to, steal a woman's time, steal a woman's attention, but you haven't made yourself into a priority yet. So that attention that you're craving out of that person, they're never going to give it to you because you're okay with the position you're at now. And it all comes from being comfortable. You should never be comfortable wherever you're at, no matter if you're successful or not successful. You always should be striving to be better each and every day. That's the game of life. You always want to evolve. You always want to improve. Whatever it is, you have to hold yourself accountable and look yourself in the mirror and say, what am I not good at? What do I need to get better at? Whether it's communication, my social skills, dealing with my anxiety a little better. How do I attract this person and seduce them a little bit better? What are you lacking in life? And be okay with starting from the beginning, starting from the basics and building your way up to become better at it. That's how you make yourself a priority to other people's lives, is that you worked on yourself first. You worked so hard on yourself to where now you created some type of value towards yourself. So if you're creating value towards yourself, that means you're going to create value towards other people. Other people are going to want to be around you more. They're not going to want to leave your sight because they know the type of energy you can bring. They know what type of aura you have each and every day. You're never like this. You're always this. You always act the same when it comes to everybody. It's okay and it's also okay to have those moments of not feeling it. Everybody has those moments where it's just like, I don't feel it. But you have to learn how to rewire those thoughts. So once you get in those modes of like it's just not it today, acknowledge that. You have to acknowledge, okay, I'm not feeling good. But you have to look at yourself in third person. Okay, I'm not feeling good right now, but what can I do to get myself out of this? You have to play life as a game sometimes. You can get yourself out of negative thinking. You can get yourself out of this negative mindset, but you have to, once you think about something negative, you have to change it around and think about something positive. That's the only thing you can do. Or learn how to be within your own quietness. If you learn how to be calm and still, then there's not even no room to think negative because you're just thinking emptiness. When you learn how to just go empty and go in silence, when you can quiet your mind because you're feeling depressed, you're feeling anxiety, you're feeling all these negative traits happening within your body and your mind, you acknowledge it and then you just go quiet. You gotta learn how to quiet your mind because that's the best thing you can do to have more positive vibrations. You can't just think, oh, I'm thinking negative, I have a negative vibration, so force myself to think positive. No, you have to start from a clean canvas. You have to get your whole body and mind to where it's just so still and calm to now you can start manifesting the positive, attributes that you want into your life. But the only way you can do that is to take life seriously. You have to take life so seriously. You have to want to involve each and every day in life because that's going to be the next step into making yourself a priority. And like I said, it doesn't have to be just with in a relationship. It can be with getting that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people that want to find the next opportunity for their life, but they just can't find it. And it's probably because you're not aligned. Your vibrations isn't aligned with what you're asking the Lord for, what you're asking the universe for. So you're wondering, why is this shit not happening for me? I feel like I'm doing everything, but your emotions isn't involved enough into what the outcome you want to be, if that makes sense. So whatever outcome you have in life, your vibrations, your aura, your energy, your emotion has to align with that desired outcome. So all I'm saying is, all I said that is to say, if you want to make yourself a priority, you have to start with you first. You have to build yourself up. You have to make yourself not accessible to everybody. You have to learn how to pull away. You have to learn how to go into isolation sometimes. This is going to help you to where you leave everybody alone. You start focusing on yourself. They're gonna forget about you, and it's okay that they forget about you right now because you're working on yourself. You don't need the validation from nobody right now. Just work on yourself. Build yourself up to the person that you want to be. You got to be your own superhero, bro. You have to be your own superhero. You can't be looking up to other people, other influencers, other people that you feel you want to be in their position. No, you have to be your own superhero. And the only way to do that is to take your life seriously, learn how to buckle down and not need nobody. Learn how to just need yourself, love yourself to where it's like, okay, I'm finna start putting myself on a pedestal. I'm finna start putting myself at the highest level I can be and not worry about what this person thinks about me, what that person thinks about me. A lot of times people don't achieve what they want to be because they want to become something, but then they think it's a fake. They're putting on this front because they're not that yet. So people might think of them like, why are you acting like this? That's not you. Like, that's not your character. So what if they're thinking like that? You know what you're doing. You have to psych yourself out to act like that in order to become the person you want to be. So if you want to be a millionaire, but you're not acting like a millionaire, you're never going to be a millionaire. But if you want to be a millionaire and you start acting like a millionaire, you start carrying yourself like a millionaire, even though you're not a millionaire, eventually your energy is going to start aligning up with the universe and saying, okay, boom, he's starting to act like what he wants to be. Let me give it to him. But we go wrong because we don't want to feel judged by anybody. We don't want nobody to think we're better than everybody. But that's the price that you have to pay. That's the price that you're going to have to pay, is dealing with people that's talking behind your back, thinking that you're above them. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what other people think about you, because at the end of the day, whatever position you're at now, they're not worried about it. They're not telling you how to get out of your current position. They're not motivating you to do better. So if they're not motivating you to do better or trying to get you out of your current situation, why care for what they think about? That should let you know I'm the only person that should be caring about how I am or what I need to do with my life. I should never be worried about the next person. I only should need to be worried about what I need to do to put myself on a pedestal to where now I'm a priority and I'm not an option. I'm not striving to be the next option to where it's like, okay, come on, this person didn't work out. So no, it should be, no, we need you. I need you. You bring out something different in my life. I need you. You add value to my life. And that's the purpose of life. You have to add value to other people's lives. But in order to do that, you have to add value to yourself. So be okay with sacrificing a couple months, a couple years to just work on yourself, because that's the best thing you can do. I've heard millions of I've heard millions of wealthy people say the best thing I did was invest into myself first. And that's where it all starts. You must invest into yourself to become that priority and not that option.